Yep. Pretty good. Synopsis 7, Mananga. Synopsis 7 coming next week. There's a lot. We are going to dissect. Kubanga, ekintu kya billionaire syndicate ekyo. It was becoming toxic to the point that what was going on at the time, Mzee wange ayingidde ekintu kya crossover. Crossover eyo yerimu syndicate gye mbagamba agala express ewangule hook or crook. Munfuna bulungi nyawo. Either way, and it had to be a decisive win. Mukitegedde bulungi nnyo. What is very interesting now in Nabagamba in the earlier synopsis, I think it was synopsis 3 or 2, something like that. Nabagamba nti omupiira gwa 23rd November 1985 gwali strangely unique. Nga guyingiddemu gavumenti by default. Kubanga the who is who attends that cup final. There was Joash Mayanja Nkanji, there was Brigadier Moses Ali, there was Bidandi Sali, the whole outfit. Then I remember many of them were avid supporters of KCC, a team that was unrivaled because of its financial leverage. Kakati mujja kumbuuza nti sente zagendanga wa. KCC was always able to buy the best players. Remember, between 1981 and 85, there's a window of revival where the Ministry of Sports and Culture is heavily funding football until it permeates through to the parastatals. Awe nyingirizawo mama wange. Kiraba? Munfuna bulungi nnyo. This is all coming next week when we begin to dissect the syndicate. Syndicate yali nti for the sake of what was going on, because 27th July to November of 1985, that year, there was, you would call it a power vacuum. Many of the billionaires had interests in many of these parastatals. That's something I've just found out. Nti mu 81 government ina akantu ke yaleeta aka 51%, 49% ownership. Kakati 49% ngeri open to the what? To the billionaires. It was up for grabs. Kakati, they all had staked out in different sectors. And this all goes way back in the 70s. Munfuna bulungi nnyo. East African community were defunct. You know, when the countries within the East African region, that is Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, unfold. Ekintu kyayika mu 1977. So where you had the East African Airways, it becomes Uganda Airlines. Where you had East African Millers, it becomes Uganda Grain Millers. Where you had East African Textiles, it becomes Nyanza Textiles. Bintu bingi nnyo ebyali, disseminated. So the government comes in. Ekisinga okuyamba Uganda kyali ekintu eki yali coffee boom. Emwanyi yali nnya. There was a very big coffee boom in the 70s. Nti at some point we did not even have a debt. Tetwalina bbanja. Uganda had paid off all its foreign debts and pretty much was on the high. It is documented nti yasobola n'okuwa humanitarian aid. Oba mumanyi humanitarian aid ekitegeeza obuyambi mu nsi z'Abawarabu awo waliwo ebyayita bigenda mu maaso bulungi. And then the government of Uganda gives humanitarian aid to a country that I'm not going to tell you. Naye mujja be finding out, of course. Are very keenly interested, you will find out. So, akati mu 1985 nina bakubira ekyali ekyebando. Kyebando mugimanyi bulungi nnyo Kyebando, Erisa zone. Kyebando was an enclave of rich people. Era bonna abaabeeranga mu Kyebando baavuganga Benz. Mercedes Benz mpya buveera. Okay. Twabeeranga Kyebando on a very big chunk of land. Enyumba yalimu perimeter fence. Those who managed to sneak a view into our house, kubanga ekikawunyisa kamabuli ekino ekintu abantu ku kyalo baavangayo ku makya nga baggulawo gate bapiipingeko balabe ekiri ewaffe munda. Well, because our road was a no-go road from 7 o'clock. Twalina embwa. We had about 40 dogs. Nga bagula kasawo kalamba ka kawunga, bagula ebyennyanja biramba, empuuta eyo gye mulaba kati gye mukayanira n'ennooni. Bye baawanga embwa zaffe okulya. Empuuta nga bagula empuuta namba tulina deep freeze emanju mwe babisuula ebinyama by'ente. Baaleetanga ebinyama by'ente okuva ku farm. Yes. Ne bagula n'ebyennyanja. Kaleerwa awo ne basuula omwo. So we had twalina omukozi mulamba ng'alabirira mbwa. Of course. Omukozi mulamba ng'alabirira mbwa zaffe. Kati buli ku makya ng'abantu bwe bafuna access to use our road naye nga bayimirira nga mamya bamugulirawo gate afuluma mu Benz. Mzee wange naye n'afuluma then driver motoka zifulumanga 3-4 convoy. That is what I'm talking about. Are you with me, people? Nabagambye nti Synopsis 7. It is opening up a cannon nest over a hornet's nest. Tugende maaso. Kegusi emboozi eno abagifolowinga balina ebintu bye bayize bingi nyo bye baayita bamanyi. Kubanga nga bwe nabagamba last week, there was this enigma about my dad. Party zaabeeranga awaka buli weekend. Ba Bishop Dungu, ba Bishop ani bona. In fact, Bishop Dungu mutabani we yasulako ku nyumba za faawo. Wow, Kyebando twalina, it was like a mini estate of houses within the enclave yaffe. Bishop Dungu oyo, Misaidi Kauma, Bishop wenda Mirembe, yajjanga naye waffe. He was a very good friend of my dad. Yali asomedde Muiri. Nga alina close ties n'Obote. Mufuna bulungi nnyo. Obote yali asomedde Muiri. And then Henry Chamber. Kakati. Bwe bakubuulira ekyabeeranga ewaffe, then you would pretty much find this very much interesting. Well, I tell him, tell him politics. He wasn't in politics at all. But he was a very, very good auditor. Or whatever. But he had those strong friends, you know. Paulo Mwanga, Mbowa, Kavuma, manya manji nyo. Okay. Tutuuka mu 85 awe wali punchline. Kakati byava kapate kali mu Nile Mansions eyo manyi kakati ffe twali baana bato naye nga buli we twagendanga muzeeyi waffe yatutwalirangako more especially me. I was very close to my mom era nga buli kimu ayagala mbeerewo kakati Nile Mansions eyo nga abaana ffe batutwala eri wansi mu gardens. So batwala wansi mu gardens tuzanya. Naye later on in the evening, of course, twagendako abakozi oba ki ekyaliwo oba ki ekyali kigenda mu maaso byava nno ku kuzina ng'omwana omuto oba olaba ebyabakulu ebigenda mu maaso naye nga of course the pressure was mounting from the syndicate eyo eri bweti nga my mom had to authorize a big chunk of money. Mbawe example ki kakati ebyedda of course bwe basomanga gundi national budget expenditure income bino mubimanya ebya finance nga bakola za allocations. Mama wange nga atuula ku komiti eyafunanga sente ezagenda mu development corporation gye nabagambe yalimu ezo zonna because it is the 51%, remember, government stake. Then you have the 49%, the who is who nga bagula shares emigabo Lake Victoria Bottling Company gye ngenda bagamba stake ya mzee wange yalina mu mafuta UPET, Uganda Petroleum, on the supply chain. Mufuna bulungi nnyo n'emikwano gye abalala. Kati to construct that syndicate meant so many things. Kubanga Uncle Patrick naye yalina emikwano mu bano bagagga banne ate ye nga ali ku sayidi ndala Express mukwano gw'abangi. It was a very, very popular football team. Mufuna bulungi nnyo. Are we together, my good people? Emboozi mpanvu. Era kankomye wano until next week Wednesday when we shall continue on pretty much the same vibe. Mbalete cha divorce. My mom and my dad clash on what decision to make and what was morally right in those circumstances. Ayingide corporate sector, she's climbed up the ladder. Rakubana andibadde mbawa kumanya wano naye kansooke ngaleke ntegere ekigenda mu maaso. Okiraba mumanyi Posiyano Mulema eyali first finance minister 86 Museveni ayingiddewo. That is the conversation we are talking about here. When you start talking money, you begin to look at situations where you have winners and losers. Kakati muzeeyi ekino ekya crossover, my dad crossover yamukostinga kinene nnyo. But it brought the friendship he had with his childhood friend Uncle Patrick at, when they had a lot to lose. Uncle Patrick naye yali mu bintu bingi nnyo. Kiraba mu service sector. Awo nja kuyingizaawo abantu kati nga Sebana Kizito, East African General Insurance, eva mu bya gundi East African Community. Kati mutegera kye mbagamba. Okay, guys, it is a Saturday. Let me jump into the gym. Nkole class yange. All right, we shall continue this synopsis next week.